Oh, what's up everybody? It's RJ back again with another sneaker video for you. Today, we've got a pair of Adidas. It's not an Ultra Boost, which I'm sure surprises everybody because, every single video I do is an Ultra Boost. I need somebody. I'm into runners. I'm into minimalistic runners, and the Ultra Boost just does it for me, man. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about a shoe from Adidas Originals, as you can see from the blue box, and it is fresh off the press, called the, I believe, Lexicon, but it says Lxcon. I think it's just short for Lexicon. I went with the 10.5 and they fit pretty good. So we'll bust them out, talk a little more. Anyways, these are, I believe, somewhat a collaboration with Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill signed a contract, or is now a ambassador, representative of the brand, an influencer, if you will. But other than that, he's an actor, he's a writer, he's a director. He's awesome. He's a big fan of mine. I'm a big fan of Jonah's, and so I had to check these out. So anyways, without further ado and more babbling, there's the shoe. I have worn these, I want to get a feel for them because it's not a Boost shoe, and not really used to talking about Adidas that aren't Boost shoes. So I want to get a feel for them and then be able to relay my thoughts, opinions, whatever else. But anyways, there they are. Again, the Adidas Lexicon, and this is the more colorful of the two pairs. You've got hits of a, let's get specifics for you. You got browns, violets, and some sort of red, maybe a shock red, some turquoise. You got all kinds of different colors. I'm just gonna describe them. Both sides are exactly the same. So we will go with the left. Right off the bat, you have a cream beige, light brownish upper, and it is mesh all the way throughout. It is one piece upper with some hits of stitching throughout, and then a few, an array of different things happening. So we'll get to it the best I can. So as always, we'll start with the toe box right there. I'll give you guys an up close. Hopefully the camera's being good today and picking up all those details for me. And as you can see, on both sides, lateral and medial sides of the toe box, you've got two little lines. And I don't know exactly what material this is, but I don't know if they're decorations. I don't know if it's just an aesthetic piece. I don't know what they're meant to do. My best guess is that they're meant to keep the toe box in place and from sagging too much, because it is a lower end shoe. Doesn't mean the quality and the comfort isn't there, but that's my guess. So aside from just being an aesthetic piece, I think they probably keep the toe box from sagging and or drooping, dipping in too much. So from there, we'll head to the middle of the shoe, and both sides are exactly the same, both lateral and medial sides of the shoe. You've got nylon strapped 3-stripe branding on both sides. And the cool thing about these, I guess, or the unique thing, is those bands hold this plastic rubber tubing in place, and they create the lacing system. So the bands are purple, violet with the hits of blue on the outer edges of each of them. And like I said, both sides are exactly the same. They come up top here to these shock reddish, we'll go with red, and then right below the laces on what would be the tongue, you've got the brand with 3 stripes, and then the array of different languages that they use in there, whether it be German, French, sometimes Japanese, but I don't see the Japanese in there today. So that's what you've got there. And then all the way up on top of the tongue, you've got nothing there. Reverse side, you've got the size tag and all the information there for the shoe. And then you've also got a little leather piece on the bottom portion of the lacing system, that's where essentially the lacing system starts off. The rubber tubes come up there, leather piece holds it in place, and that's where your laces start. I went all the way up, even higher on my laces, just to shorten them up and just to give that little knot up top, so they're not, I didn't really know what else to do with laces, to be honest. So that was my choice. Now heading to the back heel portion, they took that rubber tubing, they managed to make a little pull strap out of it, which is pretty cool. So essentially that rubber tube makes up the entire shoe. I imagine it adds some support, like I said, makes the lacing system, and really all the aesthetics come from that and all the materials used to hold it in place. Then before we talk about the midsole, you do have a removable insole, and it is pretty lackluster. You've got the same Adidas, the brand with 3 stripes branding right there. Nothing too special. A little more cushion and foam than you find in, like, I guess a typical Ultra Boost insole, but it's still pretty flimsy. And we're gonna leave that out as we head down to the midsole and then talk a little bit more about the tech in the shoe. So right there, you can see the midsole is just an EVA compression molded old school midsole. Right on the lateral portion of the shoe, you can see that it says Adiprene or Adiprene, which is a pretty old school technology, been around for probably decades now. I've mentioned before in videos that my dad actually used to sell shoes way back when. He is now in law enforcement, but we'll leave it at that. So I get a lot of my information from him, probably the most knowledgeable person when it comes to sneakers that I know. And so I went to him and I got a little more info on this. So essentially what Adiprene is a neoprene insert that Adidas decided they were gonna put in shoes. And if you can see right there, right below the insole, there's almost a bluish, darker colored piece of material right where your heel is going to sit. And essentially, the best way to describe it is maybe a thicker, more durable, stable piece of neoprene from a wetsuit. And just a little more cushion. Obviously, nothing compared to what we're used to today with Boost and just newer tech from both Adidas and all of the brands that are doing cushion. So that's what Adiprene is. It's an insert similar to, I guess, what Nike does with Air and what they've been doing with Air for such a long time. So just a way to give your heel a little more cushion. So that's what Adiprene is. It is not the entire midsole. That's, like I said, just a compression molded EVA. Heading down to the outsole, you've got just little rubber nodes, if you will. All the little pieces that stick up are softer than the rest of the EVA down here. Then heading back to the right underneath your ankle and your heel and all that stuff, you've got a little Adidas branding, same bluish turquoise color that we've got up top, and just a pretty chunky old school vibe to it. I like the shoe overall. I don't know that I would pick up any other colorways just because they don't excite me that much. It looks really good on foot. I will definitely give you guys a look at them on feet, but that's pretty much all there is to talk about. It's a pretty minimal shoe, not a whole lot to it. So aside from that, these are retailing for, I believe, 120. I had a pretty decent discount code with Adidas, so I picked them up for around 80 bucks, which was a steal. The alternate color that they released that Jonah actually was pictured in was an all white with navy blue hits throughout, which were a lot cleaner, but for some dumbass reason, they were excluded from discounts. So I went with these, and I don't hate them. I'm not super excited about them. Like I said, I probably wouldn't pick up any other colorways for now unless something was super cool or collaborative efforts came into the picture. So as far as sizing goes, do go true to size. I got a 10.5. They fit perfectly. As far as comfort goes, they're as comfortable as an old school chunky runner can be. So I'll give you a 7-ish, 7.2 out of 10. And like I said, pricing 120-ish USD retail. And that is going to do it for me today. That is the Adidas Lexicon or Lxcon. And yeah, like I said, I will throw these on feet, give you guys a look at them. If you have any questions or concerns that I didn't address, or if I messed anything up, please, as always, remind me down below in the comments. And for those of you who are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed the content, leave a thumbs up, or if you really hated it, feel free to thumbs down the video. And I'll be back again very soon. Until next time, guys, I appreciate all of you. Peace out.